I've recently gotten into streaming high-res music in my home theater. So when WiiM reached out and asked if I wanted to check out their Ultra product, well, I jumped at the chance. So in this video, I'll go over what you get in the box, the general hardware overview, the setup experience, along with the app experience, which are tied together, and my general first impressions. So before we dive in and get started, like I said in the intro, WiiM did reach out to me and they did provide the Ultra to me for this video and the subsequent review video that's coming out in a few weeks. This is not a sponsored video. They're not telling me what to say. I have full creative control as usual. Thoughts and opinions are my own. I do get to keep the product once I'm done. I just wanted to check this thing out because as I've gotten into more high-res streaming, I'm starting to realize the limitations of my own system, which is a Denon X6300H in my home theater, which I'll talk about when we're like over in the theater room setting this thing up, kind of going over my general first impressions. So basically, big box here, hard to get in the frame. I have an overhead cam. I'm gonna try to keep in frame here, but overall packaging on the outside is pretty robust. Space gray finish, that's what they sent over. I didn't request a specific finish. It feels really heavy, and I think part of that is, well, the Ultra is probably gonna be the bulk of the weight, but you get a lot of things in the box, which I think is really cool. Because what I've noticed over the years, as companies get more and more stingy, we'll say, they don't include basic things. I mean, we know Apple is very, very notorious for giving you the bare minimum. When you get a phone or when you get a tablet, you do get a layout of all the ports, which we'll go over physically on the WiiM Ultra itself, and then a list of everything that you get. So flip this over here. Let's take this out. We'll see how well packed this is as well. We have two boxes on the side. So on the left here, we have what looks like the remote power cable and a phono plug or a phono ground connector, which will be needed if you are going to be connecting a turntable to this. Yeah, we have the phono ground connector here, power cable here, and I'm curious to see if this is, nope, it's just a single 2-prong, which is great. So not a 3-prong guy. So yeah, pretty slim line too. I always like to mention that because sometimes power outlets are a premium in a home theater. When you have a bigger, bulkier kind of power supply or connector, it makes it kind of a pain. Thankfully, this is not the case, so it shouldn't interfere with other connectors. And then we just have a standard connector on the back. And then we do get a remote. Now, I think that it's worth mentioning that the majority of the testing for this product and the use case for this product, I believe, is through the app. I've heard really great things about the app, so I'll be using that almost exclusively. However, I will be testing out the remote for the full review just to see how it all works. So you will need a couple of AAAs. Let's dive in here and see what we get. So yes, optical cable. You get a 4K UHD cable. This does support HDMI. However, it has a limitation, which I'll talk about in a moment when I go over the ports. And then here you also get the stereo RCA cables. All these cables actually look pretty robust. Are they audiophile grade? I'm not sure, but you can always upgrade the cables easily if you want to. Not that you'll see a huge measurable difference in that. So yes, we have optical, HDMI, and RCA interconnects. Very, very cool. And then now for the main course itself, we have the WiiM device along with manual. So you get a free trial to Roon, the manual itself. We have multiple languages in the same manual. This is actually lighter than I thought it would be. So then on front, we do have the volume knob along with the LCD screen here, which obviously no power, so we can't really see that. We do have little rubber feet here that will prevent it from slipping, so that's cool. And then around back, I'll go over the I/O real quick. So we have RCA ins and outs. We have a phono in along with the ground. Like I mentioned earlier, you get that with it. You have a sub out along with a coax out. I will be testing the sub out for the full review here in my office where I have a powered 2-channel system here. I'm curious to see how things work because it does have bass management built in. So we're going to be testing that out along with all the other fun stuff in the app. We also have a in and out for our Toslink or optical connection. An HDMI ARC. This is something that I do want to note. This will only accept ARC. This will not output HDMI audio to a receiver or anything like that. This is only used for getting audio from your TV via ARC. You do have a LAN cable, USB input, I believe, and then the power. And spinning it around because I forgot something on the front, we do have a headphone out jack. This has a dedicated DAC for the headphone jack, so I'll be testing that. Overall, really, really like the styling of this. I could sit here and talk more and more about it, but let's go over to the theater room. We'll get it set up on the app, and I'll talk about my general first impressions, along with things that I want to dive into for the full review. All right, so we are in the theater room here. I have my phone here. I've never set up a WiiM Ultra or a WiiM product before, so I noticed there's a QR code right on the front here. I got a little camera dealio there, so I'm gonna go ahead and scan that QR code with my phone. I'm gonna come over here. So it looks like, come on, pick it up. There we go. So, all right, it brought me to the App Store. I'm gonna go ahead and click on Get. I'll install this here. So I'm gonna click on Open. It's gonna ask me if I want to find things in the network and would like to access Apple Music. Of course, why not? Multi-room audio, stereo pairing with voice. So it's gonna walk you through all of this stuff. You can use your Echo Dot and things like that. I'm not gonna say what it's called. So let's start. Allow Bluetooth access, allow. It's going to search for the device. I see it has found it right there. So we'll click on setup, allow location access, and let's do that. Allow while using the app. All right, please choose the audio output port for the WiiM Ultra. So I'm actually using the line out. And the reason for that is I was originally going to do optical, but I'm gonna cover that in the full review because I wanna compare the DAC inside the WiiM Ultra versus the DAC inside the Denon X6300H. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm going line out to the CD input on the Denon X6300H and I'm in pure direct mode. No room correction. Only thing that's going to apply here is trim and distance levels. No EQ, nothing like that. The WiiM Ultra is going to be doing all of the heavy lifting in terms of their room correction, parametric EQ. I can adjust everything there because I want to test everything for the full review. Anyway, we're going to select line out. This is going to connect to our network, so I'll just run through this real quick. I want to also say that I've chosen to connect to the Wi-Fi instead of hardwired. I do want to test that out, and I will also test out the hardwired Ethernet connection, but we have 2 gig service here, and this is supposed to have Wi-Fi 6E, I believe, so we should get really decent speeds. It's telling me that the Wi-Fi signal strength is very good. We're going to call this WiiM Ultra, and we'll label this theater room because that's where it currently is right now. So we'll click on next. So now it is actually downloading the latest firmware. So while this is updating, I will say that the screen does look pretty nice. Is it an OLED? No, and for $300, $330, I wouldn't expect an OLED screen, to be quite honest with you. It looks nice. The blacks aren't inky black. If it's just for like displaying album art and things like that, I really don't think that you need an OLED display. All right, so our update is complete. Hit done. Put the remote into pairing mode. I'm gonna skip this for now because I didn't put batteries in the remote and I don't want to go get them right now. So let's click on skip. Auto measurement of the audio path latency. The connected speaker receiver may have different audio latency. The latency value is critical to maintain the perfect synchronization for multi-room audio. WiiM Ultra measures the latency with the on-device mic automatically. So let's do that. I don't know how loud this is going to be, but I'll turn it up to -15. That should be plenty loud enough. Let's start. All right, so streaming services, I actually, let's see. We don't have Tidal, Qobuz, or Roon. We do have Amazon Music, which I know that this device supports. I'm not gonna turn on this stuff right now. So tap browse below to find music. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and log in with my Amazon account here. All right, perfect. After we connected that, click on devices. We have screen settings, screen display on. We could turn on adaptive brightness or off. I like that we can adjust the brightness overall. You can turn off the screen while in standby mode. Playback screen, let's kind of leave that at default, but you could adjust it here. There's also a VU meter, which is super cool. I like that a lot. So let's go back and we'll just turn that back on. Sub out is currently off. RoomFit, that is their room correction. Well, let's see. We want to allow the microphone. All right, and we're just gonna run through this. So, okay, it looks like it's adjusted everything. And oh, that's cool. You can actually see where, like basically the type of filter, the frequency, gain, and the Q and everything. That's actually super cool. I didn't realize that it did that. So click on next. I'll just apply correction, save profile. and let's click on auto. So it looks like that we could just turn it on and off. Let's go ahead and check out some music, and just to see how easy it is to get music here. So I'm gonna click on browse here at the bottom. We're on Amazon Music. I'm just gonna search for Elton John. One of my favorite tracks is Rocket Man. I'm going to pause that because I don't want to get copyright. I really like how easy the setup was, just with the app, connecting to Amazon. I might try Tidal Connect at some point because I know that there's some higher res stuff on there than Amazon, but I'm going to deep dive into Amazon as well. But yeah, my general first impressions is sound quality off of Amazon Music HD, listening to Elton John. I listened to some Periphery, Old Gods of Asgard, my favorite track, Poet and the Muse. Just really like massive soundstage without room correction. I think room correction in this setup, because I still have the lights and everything in here, not really going to be indicative of what it can actually do in a normal room with no obstructions. So I'm going to rerun that after I kind of move everything out and I have more time to play here. But I do like the build quality. It's lightweight, but it feels sturdy. It doesn't feel like a super cheap device. It does feel pretty premium, just going off of my initial impressions. I really feel like this was just a simple process. I was expecting to hit some speed bumps and I really didn't hit any, so that's always good to see. So definitely, if you're in the market for it, it might be worth considering, but like I said, my full review will be in a few weeks to really kind of dive in and let you know my long-term thoughts. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a like. Also, let me know down below if you have any questions or you've used this yourself and the findings that you have come to over time. I appreciate you guys sticking around with me, and I'll catch you in the next video.